So Rand Paul devastated John Brennan last night on Twitter. For those of you who don't know, Rand Paul's a senator. John Brennan was the former head of the CIA that hates Trump, that is constantly running his mouth about Trump, who worked for CNN, who probably leaked details of the dossier to CNN and was instrumental in setting up the actual meeting of James Comey and Trump to discuss the dossier, which then his network CNN then used as an excuse to run the story of the dossier. So a real crappy person. Brennan's one of these people that's a disgusting, corrupt, the actual figurehead of what is exactly wrong with Washington. I think they're above the law. They've been running a coup against Trump, yet he's constantly on networks. He's constantly tweeting, bragging, going after Trump in public, and worst of all, claiming that he has some moral authority. So, for example, he tweeted things like, it was a shame and a moral degradation that Trump got away and wasn't removed from office when he was impeached, blah, blah, blah. He's been going after Rand Paul for Rand Paul correctly naming the, quote, whistleblower, who's not a whistleblower, is instead just a rumor monger. So as John Brennan goes after Rand Paul, as you can see here, Rand Paul unloads this tweet last evening. You want to know what's a mockery of public service, John? Killing 500 people outside any judicial system, drone strikes on American citizens, approving British spies to present a dossier of lies paid for by Hillary, lying to Congress. Your shame alone should shut you up. This is exactly right, and more Republicans need to be taking this stance from Rand Paul. I'm sick and tired of the corrupt James Comeys of the world, the Bakers of the world, the John Brennans of the world, the Clappers of the world, corrupt heads of our intel agencies that committed all these crimes, did all of these illegal foreign regime change wars, droned and killed an American citizen, helped start the coup against Trump, and encouraged all of the lies that were the Kremlin-sourced info in the Steele dossier, that their agencies then broke protocol to spy on Trump as a candidate and as a president with. These people, constantly, when their corruption is shown, because they are never charged, they act like they're celebrating. Every time corruption's shown, look at how Comey was after the IG report came out. He celebrated. He demanded apologies. Brennan's the same type of character. Their arrogance, because they know they'll never be charged, is absolutely infuriating. And then they pretend to be our moral superior, with all of the literal blood on their hands, with all of the corruption, corrupting the most powerful intel agencies in the history of the world, to spy and go after domestic opponents like Donald Trump. Crimes that are unimaginable that should land him at least, at the minimum, a lifetime in prison. And yet, instead of that, he gets to be talking about how he's morally superior. And other people ought to be ashamed. If he had any wit whatsoever, he would just shut his mouth. Rand Paul's right, his shame from all of that, but he has no shame. None of them do. Comey doesn't have a shame. He wrote a book called A Higher Power. Totally corrupted the FBI, weaponized it in Obama's name to go after Obama's opponents. And he's bragging, just like John Brennan, just like James Clapper. I hope that Trump's team starts to charge these people with their obvious crimes. For starters, we know Brennan lied to Congress. That's a crime that gets anyone associated with Trump thrown in jail. Time to throw John Brennan in jail. I'm tired of his smugness. And kudos to Rand Paul. This is why he's one of the best senators we have. He might not always agree with Trump, but he's a man of integrity, and he understands the real corruption, just like his father did, that's trying to usurp this country and take power away from the average person like me and you. So, hey, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. I'll be doing a live stream on my friend The Patriot Hour show at 8 p.m. this evening, so please check that out. And you can find a link in my description where you can support me on all sorts of platforms like DLive, Twitter, or you can support me on PayPal or Patreon. So thanks, everyone, and have a good one.